Well, after being let down by so many films and shows, been on the outlook for something different. And this one is a bit of a, well, it is a spinoff of movies that I liked okay. I didn't see them as all that overwhelming or even great in some cases, and in some was a bit of a letdown here and there. But overall, I found them fun, and that being the Godzilla movie and then King Kong thrown in. I guess it's the Monsterverse, as it's referred to, I suppose. It's the shared universe between King Kong and Godzilla and all of that. And so now, similar to Marvel, they have a TV series that's connected to it on Apple TV, and it's called Monarch. Now, Monarch, of course, is this institution that was developed to study these monsters when they appeared. And so it follows, the origins of it and how it develops. There's a cool casting thing they do with Kurt Russell and his son, as his son will play the younger version. They jump back through time, like Lost. Hopefully it ends better than that. But that's the deal, and there's this family soap opera drama going on, and I think there's little teases here as to who's who and all that, and everything. It helps to have seen the movies, specifically the Godzilla ones, but if you have it, it's not. Maybe you'll want to after seeing it, but I mean. It deals with the aftermath of the initial one when Godzilla seemingly attacked San Francisco. Of course, he was defending the Earth from the real monsters, that whole thing. But nevertheless, this sets off a series of events that plays out in the show. But they detail that in the first episode, appropriately called Aftermath. Because, it's the aftermath of that. And now the whole world knows there's these monsters. Oh, no. And that sort of thing. And so Monarch is the main front line against this, but they come across as, they're, government agents and don't seem to be all that nice. But they figure, hey, for the greater good and all that. So it's got a lot going for it in that aspect. You do get appearances of monsters here and there, even though the main core of the story is the development of Monarch. And so I've seen the 4 episodes so far. Gotta say, it's pretty good. I can't find a whole lot of fault with it. In fact, I think I'm enjoying it more than the movies. But again, if you haven't seen the movies, you won't be completely lost because they do detail the effects of what happened in those movies on some of the characters here to get you started. And then and you have this, again, family soap opera thing going on, and it's connections to the past as they jump from modern times back to the 50s and so on and so forth. And it's just very well done, very well crafted. And so Aftermath, its first episode, and it sets you up very nicely. You know who's who and what's what, and then you go from there, and it's pretty good. A lot of it, as I'm thinking about a lot of shows in the way they're performed, I think, boy, this would make a good template for this or that other entity. I did a similar thing that I thought Andor was a better template for a reboot of Blake 7 than it was for Star Wars. Here, the show's fine in and of itself, but I always thought it'd be cool to see an adaptation of Warren Ellis's Planetary series, where it is this sort of discovering the secrets of the world. In that case, the offshoots of Godzilla and what appeared in that series as well, but also all the other fantastic elements of horror and science fiction and then superheroes are discovered in sort of these super archaeologist type thing. It was a cool series, a good run. I've often thought that would make a great series to pursue, except in the current era, or perhaps the current era is over, I'm hoping, that some lessons have been learned. It sure is slow going, but we'll have to wait and see. But at the time, I was thinking, well, maybe better off just leave it alone because they would ruin it. And the odds are probably that's exactly what would have happened. But in the meantime, Monarch is so far so good. Of course, he could take a turn and just ruin the whole thing. That's always possible. But if you get a chance to check it out, I do recommend it. So I'll be keeping up with Monarch for the time being.